Starting up midway through because I have a particularly interesting run going today. Infinite spells, trick blood money, as well as trick greed, means that this wand that I'm using right now, Unstable Crystal plus Bouncing Burst, is extremely effective. Because for whatever reason in Noita, it does not actually count, it counts it as an accidental death when an Unstable Crystal kills an enemy, and then I can just do stuff like this. So, blood money means that I heal whenever I get, well, the blood money, which I guess we'll check out right now. Here we are. As you can see, I've now basically healed entirely, and since I'm getting extra money for that, it's a pretty good combination. Now, I'm not going to say that, like, I'm not going to say that, like, this is going to be the perfect way to do the run or anything, because this is still a little bit tricky as far as aiming and everything goes. And also, if I hit myself with the explosions, oh, that's not good at all. But it's like there's some good stuff going on here. I don't really know exactly why that is, that it does count it as accidental deaths when you kill an enemy with unstable crystals. It's just all you really need to do is get infinite casts plus infinite cast plus a. Okay, that's good. Oh boy, that's a scary one. All you need to do is get infinite cast plus a double cast at all, and it works out just fine for you. That said, enemies who are very melee focused and also quite fast are not really doing me any favors. But with healing in Noita is such an important thing that something that can get me healing as trivially as this is probably going to be extremely good, especially when it comes to late game. And the one other major downside that I would have with this sort of build, things starting on fire all the time because of the amount of explosions that I'm throwing down, doesn't even matter that much because I have fire immunity. So, I don't know. This one might be the one to go somewhere, but it is, of course, I'm still going to have to get pretty far into the run. That said, with Trick Greed, you can already see the amount of money that I'm getting from this, even aside from the healing, is pretty great. Okay. Huh. It's kind of weird that apparently right there I wasn't... If I shoot directly downwards or in a specific like angle or something, it looks like the bouncing bolt doesn't actually hit the crystal, meaning that it would explode in a more traditional way, but I suppose that it's still working out just fine regardless. Yeah, the explosion for the unstable crystal is not like the best. I'm gonna be honest right now. It works, but I would say that it's not something that you're going to be using to dig through any sort of walls with it. There we are. Everything explodes in the blood money when I kill them with the crystal, which is it's so good. Of course, I'm still fully expecting to die very quickly, unless I get like multiple crystals working here at once. The damage does not scale super well, needless to say. But hey, the healing is probably going to be able to outdo the amount of damage that I would be taking at any individual point in time. Unless, and this is the big problem, I get caught in the explosion myself. And that's the big fear. That's what I'm fully expecting to happen eventually. But for right now, hey, it's pretty nice. Ah, that was scary. Yeah, the fact that the crystals do, I think, like 500 damage, 400 damage. It's not bad, but, you know. It's still, like, I'm not going to say it's a perfect solution. Okay, give me all that. Oh, man, Digging Bolt, thank you. That's, you know what, that's probably better than this. Digging Bolt, of course, being the more powerful version, or Digging Blast, I mean, being the more powerful version of Digging Bolt. It's like that's going to be pretty amazing when it comes to trying to get through areas so that I don't die. Oh, come on, you dug through the... It dug through the eye, which is... That unstable teleportadium in there is not just for show. That actually does power the portal, so I'm going to have to go to a different area right now. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Anything else going on in here? Hell yeah. I'll take more health. Because I can actually, like, fill it up pretty trivially. Whoops, I didn't mean to fall directly in there, but that's okay. I can fill it up pretty trivially as long as I keep getting that stuff. Knockback? Interesting. Circle of Fervor, I think, is probably... If I was going to take any sort of guess, I would say that's probably... Sure. Because all I need to do is just have a multicast. And obviously this one already has, like, multicast just... Oh, what is... Oh, right, this is the one that always casts some bad explosion things. Maybe I don't want that. Never mind. I'll be totally okay with this for right now. That said, Digging Blast could also probably be pretty nice. I do think that does lower recharge time, which is good. But I need, like, actual... I need, like, more stuff than just that. That said... Yeah. Okay, probably a new spell, which I'm always looking for. Then... Is there also, like, knockback? Well, with infinite cast, that does mean that... You know, it's not ain't too bad at all. Oh, yes, thank you. Perfect. Parfait. And also, yep, bunch of new progress being made here, too. I genuinely like to take around the Circle of Fervor or whatever, but, you know, as well as a lot of different stuff. But I think I'm going to just stick with what I got right now. Just keep it nice and simple with the stuff that's working. Because one of the other really great benefits to taking... to this whole weird... quote-unquote accidental killing all the enemies around here is that, as you can see how, like, instead of turning into blood, this turned into water, and I got a free treasure chest here? Well, that is because if you go through an area and it is... And you don't actually kill any enemies, you get a pacifist bonus. Quote-unquote pacifist bonus. What am I going to argue with it? No, of course not. That would be ridiculous. It's because I just did 200 damage to that, I did 200... Sure. Yes, I did do 200 damage to that, statue right there, but it wasn't my fault. You see. Well, anyway. This would probably be the one that I'm looking for when it comes to getting some good stuff. And also just, explosion immunity. Like I was saying, that was the big thing that I was worried about. That explosion immunity was going to, Hi, guys. I see you're here. Explosion immunity was going to do me bad because I was eventually going to get to a point where the problems occurred due to me accidentally hitting myself with a crystal. Well, now that's not even a problem. I am... Ooh. Oh, okay, thank you. Anyway. Oh, God. 40. Oh, no. I knew that was going to happen because I'm just like, I can't move at all. Enemies are knocking me around too much. That said, I did want to at least start out with that because I think that's a really interesting combination and one that's not the easiest thing to get. So, even though I was sure that with it wasn't a particularly powerful run, but it had the potential for a lot of survivability. What I should have did was I should have just stuck around, like, on top of the area, just bombarding enemies every time I saw them, and then left it at that. Obviously, the other thing would have been if I got, like, a better wand and, you know, something that was able to just dual cast like that. That would have been pretty nice, especially if I also, you know, just in general got, okay, that works. I mean, it works, quote-unquote works. It's like, yeah, the best thing there would have been to have would have been to have, like, a bunch of explosions all at once, being able to cast a whole bunch of stuff. Because that was like some tricky dunking that I had to do on enemies, and was sort of my undoing by the end there. I mean, let's just say I was hoping that was going to go far, but I knew at least I wanted to get it on camera because it's an interesting combination. It is an interesting combination, and one that, if you can manage to swing it, works pretty well. Ah, well. In the meantime, I still have been playing this game an awful lot on my own, you know, kind of experimenting around with different builds and figuring out stuff like the fact that blood money actually heals you. That wasn't clear. It just, like, what does blood money mean to you? That just means extra money that you got for killing something particularly harshly? Well, with some sort of perk, I guess, is actually how it works. There's ones that will just randomly give you blood money, or the trick blood money there is the way to really get it consistently, but it's like trying to figure. I did not realize exactly what it meant when you got it until that run right there. So it is something to look for, especially because if you have like infinite cast stuff, you can also get things like throwdown. I think the easiest way to do it is something like a double cast, so that you hit the crystal at the same time that it gets spawned into existence. But there's also stuff like getting infinite cast rocks and like a trigger spell, plus you know, multiple cast rocks especially, and then just dropping that on enemies over and over. Maybe getting like dirt, for example, and then utilizing the ability to drown enemies for stuff like that. But you know, Noita's one of the most difficult things in Noita is healing, but it's certainly not the only thing. You have to kill enemies before they can kill you, because regardless of how much you are able to heal in an individual run, there's a couple ways to do that. I mean, obviously the easiest way is to get into the in-between areas and utilize the full health refill there, but there's also stuff like the Circle of Vigor, coaxing the healing Hisi and down in the Hisi base to assist you in one way by getting some sort of, well, usually pheromone potion. Also things like the healing bolt, which I must not have ever actually used. It is a bolt that heals things that it's shot at, but you can't shoot it at yourself, so you have to, like, give an enemy the wand, and because enemies just immediately use wands without actually thinking about how they work, it's like, it's a way to heal. I'm not going to say it's the most consistent. And also there was the one of the new things that happened in the latest update, which was a special item that you can find, sort of like the the lightning stone, or the, at least grab a little bit of that. Okay, so like the lightning stone or like the fire stone, the little miniature moon, which I haven't seen as of just yet, which is a pretty fun one. There's also one that now just creates a this actually doesn't look too bad at all. I mean, I guess it's not perfect, but no shuffle, lot of slots in here. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, it creates like a cozy little cabin, and then that cozy little cabin will have a whole bunch of healing spawned in it when you throw it down. As much as I do like having the disc projectile, and the disc projectile is very good, 20 slice damage is great. It's like, this is, you know what, I better just take it. Energy Sphere is safer, because it's not going to kill me on a rebound. But at the same time, I do want that extra damage. Light, of course, is also just fun by itself, because you can actually see where your projectiles are going. No, a glass cannon if I really wanted to just end this run right now. Extra knockback on spells. Just give me concentrate spells. Concentrated means just better in general, really. Being able to predict your spells is important. And obviously I mean, the little chest you get from getting the passive, or pacifist bonus is nice. I'm not going to say that it's like really amazing or anything. It's just a chest. And you might get a wand in there. It might just spawn into a useless potion, or even a bomb by itself. But hey, it's something that you see infrequently enough that it is fun to at least get yourself a little bit of loot box action the few times that it does happen. Ooh, a shop. What do you got? Dormant Crystal would probably also be good, especially with Trigger. I think that the obvious thing to take here would probably be Digging Bolt. Always use some form of digging, and the secondary wand you have is usually good for that. Sure, it has terrible mana charge speed and everything, but Digging Bolt is so minimal in terms of resources used that it doesn't matter. That's the sort of thing that will get you out of a tight spot if it happens to occur. But for right now, I'm just going to go around with this very Final Fantasy-looking sword wand and hope that I am able to get just a few extra combos to make this really amazing. It's still kind of rough, of course, you know. Anytime you got this projectile, you're always very worried about accidentally hitting yourself doing this, and that it almost happened right there. Right there. But I think I'm doing just fine. Concentrated spells is also going to be really nice depending on what sort of stuff I get. Because I can take a pretty inaccurate wand right now and turn it into something quite special with this perk alone. I think it also has extra knockback on spells, but that's not the worst. I mean, I actually had a stream recently where I had one hell of a knockback on a wand, and it worked out just fine. Here's some footage of it right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Still been playing this a lot on streams as well. We're definitely still in the point. It's not quite like Dead Cells, for example, where I feel very confident in my ability to play Noita here. That I'm just playing this kind of on my own to really, really get it down pat, you know? Because I think that especially series are at their most interesting when you know exactly what you're doing at all points in time. And that is, especially with a game like this, which is quite rough, sometimes kind of a tall ask. And while this is a good start, you never know what the future is going to bring. Man, you never get hit by those guys. Those glitter bombs are so inconsistent in their hitboxes that you can usually just be assured that even if you are right in the middle of one, that you won't actually get hit by it. And yet, oh well, it does minimal amount of damage, so really those things are more annoying than anything else. Don't forget that... Oh, man. Do not forget that if projectiles do not go through those chains. I don't love those things now, and I'll never love them again. Even though I can hear everybody saying, I should be breaking that chain. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac, what of it? Like that song. From my favorite Fleetwood Mac song. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Maybe what I should do right now is just use this concentrated mana potion and fill it up with some water. I was lucky right now, and also... Oh, great, it's this guy. It happened again. Good. Unfortunately, his horrible blood has tainted the loot that he dropped, so... That's no good. That said, hey, I guess he got me up to the, to this, which, Rock Spirit's not bad. I could do some stuff with that. It's like a summonable buddy slash bomb. Homing bomb. It's a homing bomb. It homes into things. It's just, you only get so many casts of it, and it's really not enough to do too much, as well as the fact that sometimes the explosion might be worse for you than it is for the enemies. Electric charge is also like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. Will it work here? I don't know. I couldn't really tell at all. Well, anyway, I didn't even get to fill up the rest of my, flask full of my cool water, which I kind of need to not die when I get set on fire. I don't have immunity anymore, after all. Okay. Little bit worried. I do want to see what that wand is if I can get the chance. Whatever. I think I'm more interested in getting up and getting that digging bolt like I was saying. This should do it. This is not going to do it. That stupid bomb was far too bouncy for me. Great. Well, Nicking Bolt's not that important. Still. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's that, yeah, that's that, weird moon projectile. That, sure. I was kind of, I mean, I gave a little yelp of surprise there because I thought it was going to be something a lot deadlier. That's, interesting. I think it does attract, projectiles as well as solid objects. There's something that you might be able to do with this, but I don't know. It seems, pretty dangerous if I'm being real with you. I guess we're going to see. In the meantime, I would like to see if I could go... Despite dealing with the teleportation master, I still would like to go get over here and see if I can see what's in the fungal jungle, because that's where you get the good stuff. Oh, and there's another, and there's the lightning thing. Ooh, I'll take that, sure. I think I have an idea of what you might be able to do with something like that, but I haven't gotten too much of a chance to use it, at least yet. I don't know. In the meantime, I guess I'm just trying to find another entrance into this place here now, aren't I? Oh, God. Which one is that guy? I'm trying to remember. That's one of the caster guys. I don't remember which one that is. That might be the one that switches places with you, which is bad. Had a very good run end to... Okay. Had a very good run into one of those guys when I accidentally shot myself with my own projectiles. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, this is not going to be good. Acha! Wow, what a super good thing. Okay, well... Right. Yeah, yeah? Hey, it actually worked! I'm, genuinely surprised. Okay. Screw it. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's good damage. And then I'm going to get rid of this right now. Don't even need it. And then I am instead going to go and... Yeah. Okay, got it. I'm probably going to have to get rid of that thing sooner than later, but it's just like... I didn't want to accidentally die due to getting electrified there, a real possibility. So in the meantime, just having it in the inventory is good. From what I understand, it also prevents Ukos from attacking you, because it is the Uko Skeevy, so... Yeah? I don't know. Is this actually... It does work even if I'm holding it. That said, it's just like accidentally having that be in the inventory and being my demise because I took it out while I was underwater or something is bad. Like, there's not really too much else to be said about it. It's bad, and I'd rather just get rid of it for right now. Oh, man. It's... Like, it's not bad, right? But it's also... Oh, I want to keep this 1-1, but I'm also very, very afraid. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to see here. No more shuffle. Actually, not a bad one. Angry Ghost, also not bad. It gives a, you know, like a little bit of secondary projectiles. But if the secondary projectiles are disc projectiles, maybe not the best. So I'm just going to take no more shuffle. Get out of here, shuffle. Your services are no longer required. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But still, I don't have... Like, this is... Don't get me wrong. This projectile is good. And this projectile will get you through the third area. But if I don't find anything in here, we're gonna... Just curious. What exactly... Was that +3 damage, +3 electric? So... No, it's not worth it. Electricity is so dangerous. Even if it adds +3 damage. I mean, these things are already doing 20 damage slice. 40 because well, for the little bit of time I have left. It's like, yeah, this projectile will get you through the third area, but if I don't get something a little bit more interesting coming up here, we ain't looking too good. And if this projectile does me dirty, well, you saw that run where I got hit by the dirt nonsense. Same sort of deal. Acha! See? Easy, but, you know, at the same time, it's like, that's only going to be relevant here and, like, in the next area. That's when enemies start, scaling too far away to be able to really rely on just double this projectile. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts, though. A lot of extra blood here, too, making it so that I'm very unlikely to get lit on fire, at least. Are you kidding me? I got hit by a rat. That's the worst enemy. Literally the worst enemy in the game. It's not. Worst enemy in the game is probably the Horta, which are, because, you know, their eyes glow red and they only even appear in the first area. They're that useless. Don't get hit by that thing while it's going around there. A lot of explosions happening, too, which is another very frightening thing. Yeah, it's good. Usually these weapons have a lot more... What? Oh. You have made a mistake here today, sir. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of these weapons especially have some really bad drop-off if you don't have, like, very fast projectiles or... projectiles that have reduced spread on them. So it's much better for sniping dudes. Respect those explosions. Not gonna die to that again, at least right now. Good. Thing might be made of rock, but it does not have that much. It does not have the same sort of like suite of damage resistances that. No, I want to get that. Oh, it's not even real anymore. I mean, well, it's not considered a flask of stuff because Ambrosia's so good. You stand it, it makes you invincible. It's one of those things that usually I tend to die before I'm able to really get a lot of usage out of it, or even like throw it down on the ground. But if you know that you're going to be in some difficult fights, it's like you can't beat having a flask of that thing. Can't drink it, though. Oh, God, kill that thing right now. Also, oh, man. Again, electricity, very dangerous. And that was, Tiny Electricity Boy. I don't know what it's called. Okay. Ooh, that was very close. Oh, come on now. I hate those sniper heesies so much. I also hate this a lot, too, the things that are happening right now. Okay. Should be mostly out of harm's way. That said, I'm still like, I'm going to explore around here a little bit more because I want to get some better stuff. The spells here are not working out for me. Okay, fine then. I guess I'm going to leave. You could see kind of what I was trying to do there, though, right? If that ice was even slightly more accurate, that would have been amazing. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oil criticals are good. Always cast incredibly inaccurate projectiles. Oh, I don't have enough money, though. Ah, damn. That'll be good, though. Casting 9 of those at once is probably enough to take out just about anything. That said, sure. Water is something. Oil will at least mean that I'm getting extra damage against enemies when I hit them. It's just very... Man, that's a lot of mana charge speed. Very low max mana, though. I guess I'd probably be able to use it. Yeah, 0.3 versus... You know what? I'm going to do it. Wait, no, not that. Pick that back up. Just drug the entire wand down there. No. I'll take that for now, I suppose. Bombs are tempting, but not tempting enough. Like, they're gonna do damage. They're also gonna be very likely to kill me, too. Alright, what do we got? Okay. Melee immunity's pretty nice. I don't think that counts for the other stuff I got going on here, but hey, it ain't bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna see how this works. That was the medic. Maybe not my finest moment, but yeah. Oh boy. Okay, it did not hit. In fact, hit me. Good. 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 And I'm glad that thing wasn't still active. Yeah. Respect those explosions. I'm just gonna... Oh, no, I can't take it out. It's being blocked by this one small, tiny wire. Fortunately, those things don't bleed... Well, quote-unquote bleed oil. Otherwise, that would be making my job a little bit easier. Okay. Wait, no, actually... I think it might be bleeding. Oh, no, now it's just... Yeah. Oh, no, it does. Okay, so it does get oiled up. That's good, because that's a lot of extra damage I'm at least doing on it. It's still not enough to take them out, like, with relative ease, in the way that it would make shooting you such a breeze, but it's enough. Ah! I almost missed you there. Like, down in the blood morass down there. Okay. Yeah, oil is... I mean, any sort of critical stuff is good, but, like, this is going to be good against... Specifically against, mechanical enemies, which slicing does not do a whole lot for. Well, you just shoot the thing already. Oh, man. Okay. Only had digging bolt. Would be very useful here. God. It is... This is... I mean, you know, I was talking last time, or maybe it was like 2 times ago, I don't really remember, about, like, tiers of weapons that you usually find, like, in the first area. I would say that, you know... This projectile is one of the better ones you can find. It's just... It's also one of the scarier ones you can find. If you're far enough away from the enemy, it doesn't even matter at all, but if you're not, then bad things occur. I guess I would probably prefer it over almost anything else. It's just stuff like Magic Arrow is so much less dangerous. Okay. Damn, dude. Maybe what I'm gonna try to do is just try to angle it down like that. No. There we are. Right next to one of the Explodo things. Cool. Hey, it's going well. And you're one of the healing guys, I do know that. So you're not gonna kill me. You know, it used to be that if you kicked them, they would try attacking you, and their attack is healing, so I guess I don't think that works anymore. I do not think that is any longer the case. Anything going on over here? As always, fully expecting just one big explosion to just end this run within seconds. Ain't that always how it goes? Hey. Good. Oh. Still got me anyway, eh? Okay, well, that doesn't matter. And if I'm standing knee-deep in blood, I'm still protected from fire. As you do. As you do. Okay, there's a wand at least. Ah. Well, so much for trying to get rid of things that are going to explode if I get next to them. Hey, giant splitter bolt. That's okay. That's an okay type of thing. try to get out of here before everything explodes. It worked okay. Things are going to explode, though. Make no mistake on that point. Good. I'm just going to hang out down here for a second. Good. This is such a frightening position that I found myself in. But I am alive. To tell the tale. Excellent. Okay. It's okay. Would like to have a little bit more, Ain't bad. Yeah, I can make this work. Probably, I mean, it does 13 damage. Let's take a look. Look at that, doing like 70 splits. Doesn't hurt me. I mean, it has all the stuff that I look for in a wand. Now, is Earthquake really something that I want to be messing around with? I'm just saying that that's an incredibly scary proposition right now. I'll take extra health. Yeah, that's some good health. Boy, oh boy, I don't know. This reduces cast delay. It doesn't reduce recharge time or anything. That's also like a... What is it? I want to do this. Is it like this to get the most out of your wands? I don't actually remember. No, I don't think that's actually correct. I think you need to use chainsaw to get that working properly because of its quote-unquote magical properties. But as it is, I'm just going to... Yeah, this is fine. I mean, Earthquake would be something to take. Of course, I also have Black Hole in case, I need anything right now. And Energy Sphere really isn't doing much of anything for me. So I'm just going to go whip all these things out of here. Doesn't even matter. This projectile is still... I mean, it did me good. It done did me good. Yeah, nice fast. The mana regen is good. Okay, that's enough. Also sweet. Should went back and took that perk after taking that. Of course, especially in the jungle, you never really know exactly where you're going to be finding any sort of health upgrades. They just kind of appear randomly. Yeah. Splitter Bolt's pretty good too, just because tiny areas like this are good for bouncing around stuff. That's a piece of Viscera. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to go in here? I mean, there are little weird things that you can do with Acid Ball, eh? Also, speed up cast? Sure, I can use that. There's a lot of little weird things you can do in Noita. I mean, much like Baba's U, Environmental Station Alpha, and everything like that, that there's just, okay, fine, explode then for no reason. Why not? And it didn't even kill it. Good. Good. That's what I wanted. What was I even saying right now? Yeah, there's a lot of little systems. There's a lot of little weird things that you can do in this game, much like those other games. No surprise that one of the creative leads on this, one of the big three creators, is the same person. I still don't fully grok it myself, to be honest. That said, oh yeah, I shouldn't forget. I do have melee immunity. That does make it so much safer to deal at least with the horrible bugs around here. Not with these, though. Those are more traditional projectiles. The really unfortunate thing, though, of course, is the fact that I just don't really have any way to dig through stuff. And the Luki are not going to be very friendly around here either, just due to the fact that they got big resistances. They're not quite mechanical enemies, but they're basically mechanical enemies, is what I'm trying to say. Here they come. Good. nice, accurate stuff. Because these things are kind of inaccurate, right? Yeah, plus 7 degree spread does not matter when I got... I told you that was a good idea to get earlier, and I still hold to that. The concentrated spells, it's like push you back more. Yeah, whatever. Boy, I hope I put in that footage of the stuff earlier I was talking about. I still even have that on the computer. Anyway. Yeah. Don't you explode next to Explodo things. Reduced lifetime of spell. It's also actually not a bad wand at all. Check that out. Nah. It ain't too shabby. Is that, yeah, because I thought that I never really used the dormant crystal too much, so I was thinking there's probably a good chance that I've never actually got the thing for that. I don't know which one you are. You're not the one that apparently swaps with me, which is very worried, which is the thing I was worried about. But look, after getting killed by that one guy, I'll put you off that for life. I'm on fire again. Okay, well, anyway. This is... I mean, as always, this is generally the place where things start to get quite scary, and... You know, every other biome prior to this point in the game is basically like prep-up work for this point of the game. Yeah, I guess this is not really true digging. It's digging enough, though. I don't know why this is... Is it like the accelerating shot that's making it occasionally just explode before it goes anywhere? Yeah, acid is bacid and bad. Okay, fireballs. Fireballs is okay, I guess. I don't know why. I'm not even really going to consider that to be like anything worth taking right now. Didn't even look at what the rest of the wand was. I probably should have done that, but also, oh, that's like a death pit down there. Instead, I am going to... You know, really, this thing has gotten so much less useful. I'm just going to get rid of it. Did I check on this? I didn't see what this was. Oh, that's a disc projectile one that I had before. Okay, which, you know, fine. Anyway, yeah, these things are totally non-issues. There's a dragon cave. I'm not going in there because I'll die. But, you know, those things are complete non-issues because of my melee immunity. Immunity is so good. I really got to stop taking only immunity stuff, though, for... Okay. Not bad. I really stopped taking melee only immunity for like a perks, though. There's much better stuff that exists out there. Ooh, watch out. Those things explode, and they also explode into toxins. If I'm here, I'm going to at least see what these wands are, right? That's the way I see it. Okay, actually, that's, like, quite good. And then you is just the fireball that I saw earlier. Okay. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I should be right at the end here. Yep. In fact, I'm going to kill that right now. Get a little bit of extra cashola, and let's see what we got going on here. Because obviously... There's a lot of good stuff. Reduce lifetime. Does reduce cast delay. And, like, I think could also be good for some stuff, too. This is, like, how many of these things do you really need? Are these the exact same one, by the way? No, they're actually very different. Interesting. I mean, high max mana, low mana recharge speed. I don't know. There's like a lot of things to think about when it comes to the wands right now. I'm going to keep this just because, magic missile's good. I mean, low max mana is some... I mean, basically, I do have increased mana. How does this work? It is actually still eating through the mana, so the mana recharge speed is pretty bad. How does this go, though? It's not quite the same. I want to see. I just want to see what this looks like. Wow. When they say reduce it, it's like they ain't kidding. That's not bad. It's just, is it good enough? You got trigger, double trigger. It's something to think about, but what would I even want to double trigger on that? I don't know. Electricity immunity. I'll take it. I mean, I know I was just saying that it's like I gotta stop just taking immunity stuff, but it's like, man, I wanna though. I'm gonna take that just for the off chance that I get something of interest here. Like, reduces lifetime is probably good for some stuff. What about you? What exactly do you do? Oh, I don't have enough to purchase it. Well, that's not great. Let's just see what's going on here. Feel like there are better options that I could have picked up, but it's like the large splitter bolt does do some damage. It also does some mana drain, I'm noticing right now. That would probably explain a lot. It's doing good damage right now. It's doing enough damage to get me through stuff. I'm just going to have to make sure that I really do take the vault seriously. This has been the really tough... Wow, this is a big area. This has been the really tough area as of right now that I'm most worried about. Apparently that has infinite health. Very cool. Here comes that vault theme, I guess. Is that what that is? Oh, the vault is just... I mean, maybe even more so than the Temple of the Artist place is just... Oh, there's Mukio, by the way. This place is something, isn't it? Slowly working its way over here. Good. I guess I got killed mostly from taking a whole ton of... probably got most of the way dead from taking a whole ton of damage from poison, because otherwise it would not normally go down that easily. Mukio. I'm going to say it. I think Mukio is my favorite enemy in the entire game. I like that name. I like his style. Which is shooting lasers, you know. I have melee immunity. I shouldn't forget about that. It's just like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though, where it's like, I'm pretty sure that he was already most of the way down before I even fought him. Because that torso took a lot of damage otherwise. Watch out, that guy explodes. I do know that. I mean, it otherwise is just melee attacks, but still, I don't want to deal with it. Necromancy is not really a, oh, good. He's actually dying from, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like, I do think that, like, a trigger spell plus the dirt could actually be kind of good, because I can just do stuff like that. Okay? Okay? Well, I was saying something, but then I got distracted. Oh, well, ain't that always how it seems to go? Don't know what you got till it's gone. Respect those explosions, set them off immediately. Mukio's lesser brother, Yapono Yasuka. Doesn't matter. This is a combination of enemies. There's one, though. Do want that money. Come on. Do not want to die to explodos. I mean, it's easy enough to dodge. Okay, good. This will also be finally some usage for the whole oil synergy that I got going on here. Good, good, good. And now prepare to die, Yuko, or prepare to kill me. Whatever. Let's start this battle of the ages. You're exploding into so much diamonds. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, despite my my inclination usually in these games to rush real hard, I really do gotta. There's no time limit in Noita. You don't gotta rush. You don't gotta rush. You can take it easy. Regardless of how I feel about that, you can take it easy. Also, I don't think there's anything else over here, so I'm going to have to go explore the other side of the vault. Or, well, at least one of the other parts of the vault. There's many parts of the vault right now, you understand. Yes, I see that you are, full, so you are fully formed weird, I'm going to say, like, Yeti monster. So, I do kind of get some extra abilities for that. Namely, the ability to shoot fireballs. That's okay, though. I'll explode. Gotta hit it a few more times before it starts really getting the oil going, unless, potentially... No, that wasn't enough. That's it, like I said, with the whole... Yeah, there we go. With the whole oil thing. Good. With the whole oil thing, it should make it at least a little easy. Yeah. Good dodges, at least. There we are. And there we go. Yeah, it's not quite the same, like, amount of cutting or whatever that... was kind of slicing them up enough to get some easy stuff for me last time with a disc projectile, but it's still working out pretty well. I don't even care, dude. I got electricity immunity and also an ambrosia potion. That makes sense for being a little bit tricky in how you set up this area. I saw what you were doing there. Very, very frightening nonetheless. I mean, aside from all of that, yep, I saw that one little mine over there, and I'm not surprised at all that exploded because of the electricity all over the place. Well, anyway, yeah, one of the... If I didn't have, like... There was something that I wanted, but there was, like, all-seeing eye as one of the perks, and being able to see everywhere is very, very useful. Can't really even state that enough. Come on. I'm actually beating the way through the shield pretty easily, so... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, these are some fun enemies over here. Thankfully, they're having kind of a hard time coming through. But also, unfortunately, their pathfinding is, like, not actually all that bad at all. Oil... This is where the oil usage comes in. I do have melee immunity for this guy, so... I could probably actually just let him try and hit me a little bit. Or... Yeah, with electricity immunity, I can just get him to follow me right in here. Hey, come on, dude. We're going to have some fun. Come on. Yeah. What, are you afraid of water? Is that... There we go. Eat it. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. You too. I saw you coming up as well, thinking, oh, wait, no, I already got the 5 times damage, baby, when it's crit. Okay, good. All electronic enemies should be bleeding oil. So it's just a matter of time of hitting them a few times before I can get that working for me. It's a lucky pickup that I got there. Then also you can see that for some reason the steel decays into like a pile of steel. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for being on oil. Great. Good. Oh, and then he fell in water. Whoo! Boy. That was okay, though. The electricity immunity made so that I wasn't going to get killed by getting frozen there due to electricity. That said, I'm not going to say that this is not worrying nonetheless. Okay. 200 health is not bad. I'm usually not doing that good when it comes to this area. Well, pheromone's not actually all that useful to me at this point in the game. So I'm okay kind of losing that. The other thing is that I do not want to deal with some of those issues that you could see right there exploding on me. Because they will explode on me, and they'll explode quite heartily and to a pretty big extent. Yes, there we go. Nice. Thank you, acid. What do I even want to take? Well, I do want to get rid of that Tercel guy because he will freeze me. Okay. Not bad. I do like me, well, first off, quad cast, but also like good. I do like quad cast, but also the concentrated light. All right, let's go. I could probably explore around there a little bit more, but it's just fine by me. That is not what I meant to do, and you know that. Anyway. Also, concentrated light should make it so it's easier to, so it's a little bit faster. Just in general to cast. Is this worth taking? Recharge time's good, max mana's good. Now, just curious. If I were to do this, that's a lot of extra shooting power that I should have. Big mana usage, though, of course. Now, is it worth it? I don't know. It's like a 246. This is 198. It's really not that much of a difference. I mean, it just lowers cast delay, so I think I want the lowest recharge time possible, right? And it's like I also want a wand good enough to... That's probably not a good idea. Let's try it out. I don't hate this. A lot of powerful things in here. And if it ain't double casting, I ain't caring. Actually, I probably should care about it because the lowered spell delay does mean that it is going to be basically a non-issue as long as I got the mana, right? Let's take a look. Okay. That looks pretty good, I'm just gonna say. I don't know, though. I don't have enough money to afford any of this. Not even the deer koi. That's okay, though. High mana, low capacity. Let's just take the Anger Ghost. Good old Anger Ghost. How much damage is this doing, by the way? About 200? Could be better, really, but that's okay. And I see one of the Ascended Alchemists down there right now. Fun stuff. Out of here, Terso. It's not the time. Yeah, you can see the little angry ghost, which was making me wonder if I'm like accidentally shooting off stuff. Oh, and there's another ascended alchemist. Cool stuff. I'm a big fan of seeing that. Right, he can kind of shoot through stuff to a certain extent now, can't he? Also does not have oil on him. Jesus. There we go, man. Is that a new enemy, by the way? Oh, and that one shoots a fireball. Very fun. Just curious. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Still, yes. They just come in different flavors. Oh, you can't. That's unfair. Well, as long as I just kind of stay out of the general direction of it. It's pretty well telegraphed, after all. Okay. Give me that sweet cashola, baby. Still, no, I guess they're all kind of the same thing. They just, like I said, come in different flavors. Okay. I am thinking that I am sort of, not quite. You can see where the limitations of this run are starting to come in. And I knew it was going to happen, after all. Oh, that's just the guy that shoots freaking toxic sludge. Who cares? I mean, obviously the amount of damage that he can, or the amount of damage he can take just by virtue of being in the... Oh, watch out for that guy. That's transmutation magic. It's bad. Okay, but yeah, just by virtue of being in the Temple of the Art, he does have a lot of health. But it's like aside from that, it's not really a big threat. I mean, as far as enemies go, it's minimal. I'm not entirely sure what that was, but I guess it does not matter too much now, does it? Okay. As you can hear from the voice, it's just like, it's an okay run. It ain't like anything truly amazing, I'm going to say. The damage, I mean, it's like even as impressive as it is to have like concentrated light, it's a very fun looking spell. Doesn't actually do all that much as far as damage goes, if I'm being real with you. It's just that cast delay is nice, and the reduced cast delay and everything is nice, and that does, and it is very spammable, like I said. But it's just, I mean, it ain't really enough to be getting you through much of anything. There's like some things going. I was paying too much attention to other things right now. Oh no! That's how you die in Noita. I was trying to figure out like what the deal with that weird sparkling was over there, which I didn't find out, but I suppose maybe soon enough. Okay. Also, like concentrated light will just straight up evaporate enemies when it kills them. That's fun. There's a lot of fun stuff here. It's just, you know. There's also a lot of very scary things. Okay. Because it ain't killing enemies as fast as I would like it to. Got that blocked. Melee immunity is very, very good. There we go. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of extra health there, which is nice. And also, I am super running out of mana. Got to be a little bit careful. Yeah. Might want to look at getting down to the bottom. With Black Hole, I can get back up here With Black Hole, I can get back up here pretty easily. It is going to summon a... Of course. Of course. Oh, there he was again. I can get back up here with Black Hole. That's good. I can, Don't freeze me. Okay. That's a Mirror Mage. I think that's one that will... I think that's one that will, Okay, losing the... Okay, that'll work. That'll work. That's what I'm talking about. We're having Ambrosia is very, very nice now, isn't it? That said, God, that was scary for a second. That's why I took that Ambrosia in the first place. Yeah, I think that's a Mirror Mage that will copy projectiles around it to do stuff with. Crystal up there, but that's not even a big deal. Just gonna go. I'm going to hope for the best. Yeah, nothing. Oh, and there's one of the death worms. Oh, if you don't know about the death worms, they're a lot of fun. Thankfully, this one does not seem to know anything about me. They can see through invisible. They can go through walls and stuff, which is pretty great. Cool. That was very close. They take a lot of damage. They're one of my favorite enemies in the game. They're not. But you understand what I'm saying. Double cast and stuff. What is this thing? Oh, personal tentacler. Sure. Although the homing would be nice. Auto aim to stuff. Ooh, that might be a tempting one. Yeah. I don't hate a lot of this stuff. What is this thing? LARPA bounce. Oh, man. That's fun. Now let's take a look here first. What I got for Slime Blood. I'll take Slime Blood. That's a good one. And then I always cast this. Cast 4 at a quadruple cast at a time. I'm gonna see how this one goes. Get out of here. Like, oh, no, this isn't even the right thing that I'm messing around with. Deer coin, whatever. Maybe. But anyway, okay. Just keep the giant splitter bolts as I've been doing already. Keep that on there. How's this look? Okay. That's how that looks then. Cool. All right. So, I am, however, going to need this. And then we're going. I'm well aware of what I did. Man, there's no easy way to get back up here now, is there? Even with this, I don't know if that's going to be enough. And yeah, the Stavari ain't even messing around. Okay. It's unfortunate. I hope I can still get back up the surface, but I will just go for a traditional ending if I absolutely need to. I also do not know... Oh, it's right there, too. Well, that's too bad. I guess I'm going to have to go for a more traditional ending then. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, what are you going to do about it? Come on. Oh, I guess he died. I don't know how, but that's what happened. Okay. This should definitely be enough to be able to take out... this should definitely be enough to be able to take out the final boss. At least the god, what is his name? Centipede. Oh, and look, my Angry Ghost has the Stavari projectile on it. That's fun. I guess that was the last thing it got hit by or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mana regen does leave something to be desired, but the Centipede's going down just the same. All right. I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. Also, man, to slow down or something. I'm not even entirely sure if that is slow down or if that's just something completely different. All right, there we go. Not a problem, though. Oh, only 20 left? Okay, well, there you go. Get out of here! And I will take my portal to the end. Well, unfortunately, no attempt to go into the tower this time, but a good win nonetheless. I'll take it. Still, I think that I probably would have had a good chance there. So, yeah.